So whether I crash and burn or succeed, I wanted to make sure we had a camera going. So I'm gonna start like this. Whew. I have no idea if this is gonna work. It's f***ing hard.
Who am I? I'm drawing a geometric fire pit that we're gonna plasma cut and weld together. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but it looks cool. It's hard to figure out. Like as soon as you start adding in 3D angles, it makes it a lot harder. So I've done a rolled one and then a geometric paneled one. So the rolled one is going to look like this. It's going to be like a 9-inch cylinder that's rolled with a truncated cone bottom and then a little rolled base. Just trying stuff. And then a paneled one. So we're going to cut 2 of each of these panels so that way Tay can bend them and then just do 2 welds. And so the idea is that you'll have geometric top and geometric bottom. That's all bending and a couple welds. So we will see how this goes.
Spike and I are trying to have some more fun with our plasma cutter and just find ways to keep it moving and do things with it. As you guys on the internet say, print money. Yeah, right. But it's like we did some research, i.e. looking around on Pinterest, but Spike, in his wisdom, has taken very, very loose inspiration from things. And if there's any pattern, if there's any design, he's made his own. So we've taken some things, we've changed some things around, you've changed 99% of it. So we're gonna do some cool geometric fire pits, and it's probably the 10th time, if you've been an OG follower on this channel, that you've heard us say geometric fire pits. But it's cold, it's December, and these are gonna be a little elevated. They're going to be a little bit more difficult to produce, but I think that will result in a cooler product. We're going to try to use our new press brake, the Titan 25T from Langmuir, to bend sort of like a hexagonal or octagonal. It's an octagon. But so this panel will be cut out and then we'll bend just a little bit. It'll probably be like a 15 or 20 degree bend right here to create a cone or half of a cone, and then you have less weld, higher quality finish, and
just I can give you this exact angle. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, the bend angle is something that theoretically I should be able to program into the press brake.
But you can also use this as a
right. Yeah, and I can manually run that machine too, which means I can manually screw it up.
Yeah, machine. We can't blame the machines on this.
Yeah, I mean, I've ruined how many bits on the MR1? It's like, it's not the machine's fault.
Yeah.
I said cut into that, and it was like, oh God.
Listen,
you're the boss.
Failing is learning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Dude, you're so good at.
So I've set Spike and his brain loose a little bit, and just gonna bring to life whatever he draws, and then we'll either celebrate it or we'll scrap it, and then we'll keep going.
Whatever my brain thinks of, right?
Right. That's right. But do something. For frog snacks. There's a bunch of half-built stuff out there. Let's go.
I can't build it.
Well, you can't seem to cut it either. So Spike and I have been daydreaming about some plasma cut goodies. It's loud out in the shop, so I'll stay in here and tell you. But we've got all things from fire pits to art to, I think there's a clock face in there, maybe not, maybe some bottle openers. We're just having fun, some design ideas we've had in our heads for a while, and we've got some new tooling capabilities like rollers and benders. So we're gonna plasma cut some parts that we can hopefully turn into some very interesting metal goods that might make their way to the website so you guys can purchase them, if we like them and if you like them. But now we're out here in the shop, it's cold, it's January. We got a full 4x8 sheet of 1/8" steel on the table, and we're about to cut a million things out of it. So basically this is our first of the year plasma table experimentation session. So we're gonna cut a whole sheet of parts, we're gonna go over what we cut out, and we're gonna take you guys along for the ride and see what we are able to build from the flat patterns that we're about to cut. So cue the montage. Spike's gonna press go here in a bit. I guess he found what he was looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna set you guys up and go do some things. I want to let you guys know that we still do make and sell our custom flat pack fire pits. We had an order for one recently. Thank you, person who ordered it. I'd shout your name out, but that's kind of a violation of privacy, and I haven't planned ahead well enough to ask you if that was okay. So I had it backwards, that's why I'm flipping it around. So this is our little plasma cut flat pack fire pit. Once the pieces are together, it's pretty stout. It's got the LAS logo down here in the corner. It is 10.5 by 10 top opening, and it goes down to a V. It's great for charcoal, and then if you use charcoal to cook on top, once that burns away, you can throw pieces of wood in here. A little campfire pit. What I'm making right now, thanks to this sweet bender I got from tricktools.com, the Huth Ben Pearson. I've got some 1/4-inch round bar. I've sharpened at one end, kind of, and rounded at the other end. And I'm just coming through here and making the skewers for those fire pits. I'm making a few sets at a time while I had a few minutes. And this is a really simple trick. If you have this kind of bender, I just scribed a line. I got this bend lever to where I wanted it and scribed a line. So I can sit here and repeat my bends, bink, and you can see how they're all stacking up together. Love benders like this. It makes this sort of thing really easy. So again, we're satisfying one order that came in, but at least as it stands, we have another whole fire pit ready to go. Haven't pushed it, haven't promoted it, haven't talked about it. Marketing plan is bogus, but this is what these are for. You throw 5 of these here in the top, and the hook makes sure that it doesn't keep going, right? Kind of a cool little man-accessory, woman-accessory. But see there, now you throw charcoal on the bottom, you've got a way to put your skillet on top, your whatever, your cookware on top, or just throw your steak right here on the things. And then when you're done cooking, you can pull these out. You've got a skewer if you want to cook a hot dog or a marshmallow, or a tent stake if you want to stake your tent down. But then you pull all these out and you've got a normal fire pit for wood or whatever else. So we came up with these last year. Again, we haven't really pushed them or marketed them. So maybe that's why I'm feeling like I want to shoot this video. But again, shout out to the lucky person. Well, lucky, you paid for it. Thank you for whoever just purchased one of these from our website, liftarcstudios.com. Jump on there, and if this is the sort of thing that you or someone you care about may want or use in their life, definitely check it out. It's made right here in Roanoke, Virginia, thanks to our Shop Saver plasma cutter. And yes, I hand bend all of these. So go check them out. We're thinking about doing a bigger size that can hold like more standard firewood. If you think you would want a bigger one, let me know. Or ways to improve. This is sort of iteration 3 or 4. So anyway, thanks for watching. Check one of these out, liftarcstudios.com. I'm gonna do something else now. In order to transport and keep all the pieces together, we have it to where all the layers flat pack like so, and then we will ship them with 2 carriage bolts and 2 wing nuts, so you can bolt these together. So now you have your fire pit just like that. It's got like a 11.25 by 8. So there's the pit, and you get 5 skewers, liftarcstudios.com. There you go, flat pack. I'm gonna attempt to roll a cone on this roller. And my operating theory so far, and Spike and I have come up with this in CAD. So Spike cut this shape out based on the design. This is actually gonna be the bottom of a fire pit. And so what Spike did every few inches is cut a notch into the edge of this shape, at which point I connected the dots, drew some lines in between. The reason I did that is it makes sense to me that as I feed this through the roller, I want to keep that line parallel with the roller, meaning as I go in, I need to rotate like this, which is not normal for these machines. These rollers just go straight in and straight out. So I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So whether I crash and burn or succeed, I wanted to make sure we had a camera going. So I'm going to start like this. I think it's working. The ends are going to be tricky because there's always a little bit of dead material. So I think I can do this in one smooth motion. By the way, this is very dangerous. This is how you lose fingers, so don't try this at home. Starting to make a conical shape. I have to bend it a lot more. Whew. I have no idea if this is going to work. Now, before you guys get all crazy in the comments, I know how to make these things roll cones. I've just never done it. On this one, you come down here and you slide this collar over, and then you can adjust the left and right side of the bend roller independently, so you can cant the bend roller at an angle. I want to try it my way first, which is probably the hard way and the wrong way, but sue me. At least you guys get to make fun of me. Isn't that worth something? There's absolutely zero chance this is going to work out. It's getting there. It's going to be hard fought.
Is it hard?
Yeah, because you can't let it just go. You gotta fight it constantly. It's fucking hard. I feel like I should go the other way now. I've seen guys make jigs, right? So where like there's something in the way, so that as it pulls it in, it like drags it around. Let's see, I'm gonna go the other way now. Yeah. God, this is for sure how you roll your finger through here. Ah. Oh no, lost it. I mean, I'm getting there. How to use a roller the wrong way on Lift Art Studio. This might actually be possible. This last few bends, they're gonna fight me pretty hard, I'm pretty sure.
Or you just trying to make your lines parallel with the roller?
Right, yeah, so when we plasma cut the piece, he went ahead and gave me notches on the outside so I could draw those lines. Because that's the theory, is that you want your bend to always be perpendicular. Can you be my button man?
Yeah.
You see that rhythm I'm going in? Roll.
Good shot.
All right, let it ride. Dude, pretty close. All right, a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. I feel like this last little bit's not one to happen. Oh, we got it now. Ha! We made a Beyblade arena.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what Beyblades are? Hell yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like the most dangerous thing ever.
Bro, we should make some industrial ones that we hook to our angle grinders and just like...
Or die grinder.
Yeah. Dude, that doesn't suck. Spike. No idea. I wouldn't recommend it. It does a number to your roller. I don't think it damaged it, but certainly a lot of scraping involved. You can hang right there. Hell yeah. Let's see. While you're here, the idea is this is the base of a fire pit. So that's the base. This is your bottom plate, which will go in here. Looks like it'll fit. And then, which we might as well do now too, this cool piece is gonna get rolled for the actual pit. Let's give that a shot. Basically, we're trying to come up with ways we can use that plasma cutter more to make things that you guys like, to make things that we like. And I just love fire pits, and I love CAD. Had Spike design a bunch of fire pits in CAD. Do that thing, I can't remember what they call it, but do a back bend on each end first. Bend just the end like that. And then same thing here. Just the end, get it started. That's probably too much, but lower this, pinch it more. Whoa, way too much. Uh-oh. Whoa, what is happening? Bending more on the backside. Okay, so one interesting phenomena is that, I guess this makes sense, it bends way more where there's less metal. So this big strip of metal here did not want to bend as easily as all this, which makes sense. Maybe it's because I'm trying to bend too much at once. Like that section right there really doesn't want to bend. Definitely something to pay attention to. There's probably a bunch of people out there watching me do this going, that's not how that works. Cold forming is cold forming. 30 degrees isn't gonna make a difference. It's just density. Right here is a lot more metal and here is a lot less metal. But I think I know what happened. I think I back bent it by accident and I shouldn't have. So I should be able to even this out. That's gross. I think I took this one past the elastic deformation phase and into the plastic deformation phase. I think, as I understand it, the further you bend metal, the faster, the more it will bend. So I think what happened here is I rolled too steep of an angle too soon. And because of how much it was being bent, it actually bent further, and I stopped here and kind of eased up. So I may have turned this into garbage, but we will make it happen. We're gonna make it a fire pit one way or another. Still not ready. Just fucked up that one part. Oh, right, wait. Goes like that. See, I had a big hammer somewhere. Dang, Hunter put it back where it went. Boy, that's ugly. One thing I can do though is weld this together and then send it back through the roller to even it out. But it's cool as hell. Those are two pretty complicated shapes. This one less so. That one I would want to make a jig for, but I'm actually really pleased with how that worked out. I can't remember how this is supposed to work. I feel like there's feet I'm missing. It's very easy to overbend this last part. Done it many times. You want to sneak up on it, right, Hunter? All right, get some bend out of this thing now, come on. Yeah, you really don't want to stop in the middle. You want to apply the same amount of force over the entire piece. So and you wait for them to just overlap just a little bit. This is how you know you got the tension. Right, that's the best circle I've done this session, for sure. Yeah, I just had to ruin the important parts to make sure I do the not important part perfectly. Okay, so it seems to me the plan is, this is the foot ring, and then we've got our bottom ring, or bottom plate rather, and then, oops, and then we have our cone, which will then support. I told Spike to go crazy. I was like, here's some general suggestions for some plasma cut items. Spike's really good at designing patterns and mandalas, and pretty good freeform considering he's using a computer to draw, which is impressive. But yeah, I think now it's up to me to tack this thing together. Here at LiftArc, we are proudly supported by Arc3 Gases. Arc3 Gases has supported me for my entire fabrication career, even back when we were at Black Dog. All of our welders, all of our welding gas, everything came from them. And when I started my new shop, I knew who to go to. If you're anywhere near the East Coast, or even the whole right half of this country, or the entire country, because they ship, you should consider Arc3 Gases for all your welding supply, metalworking tools, and gas and consumable needs. They are a wonderful company with an amazing selection of parts, and of course, if they don't stock it, they can order it for you, and they can even drop ship straight to you from the manufacturer. They offer free training and education with any of the tools that they sell or can source for you, and they stand by their product, and they're extremely helpful. So shout out to Arc3 Gases. Go check them out for any welding knowledge, education, supplies, or otherwise. They support us, and they allow us to continue making free content for you guys, so definitely consider supporting them the next time you're in the market for welding tools and equipment. Back to the video. I'm taking mental notes as far as how to produce this kind of thing easier. I think I know how not to. I just went too far too fast on this, but it's savable. It just won't be as smooth and consistent as I'd like it to be, but anyway, we'll see. Do some grinding, do some welding. Maybe we'll have a fire pit for sale after this. Or maybe I'm gonna keep it and use it in my apartment downtown. So off camera, I tacked this together, sent it back through the roller, and got it pretty round, sort of, kind of. It's just tacked. I got this cone welded together. I got this part on, and it's level, so I'm gonna grind this smooth. I'm gonna try another ratchet strap squeeze. I think I'm just gonna have to free ball it, because this isn't perfectly round. So I'm gonna tack here and I guess just try to squeeze it.
Tack and squeeze.
Yeah, I just wanna make sure. I've gotten in trouble doing that in the past. I've done it around, and then you get to the end and you have this bulge you can't get rid of. Call a doctor if it lasts more than 4 hours, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna try to just tack it right here. I should be about the right size. What do you think of that cover? Hey, can you give me a hand for a second? So I'm trying to flex this over like that. Yeah, a little more. And push, there you go. Push hard, push hard. There, that looks good. If I do that, can you tack it? Just barely not gonna line up. I need like one of those hydraulic spreaders in here, you know? Yeah. It's about time I need to get one of those. The amount of times I've thought like, damn, if I could only push really hard.
Like Florida Power or something?
Exactly, yeah. Hit that spot right there. All right, that one. All right, right there. Cool. Yeah, dude. That's kind of a cool shape. Dude, that's a sick fire pit. Anytime you can do anything that makes it not like, you know, like super angular. This little cone piece, as difficult as that was, I feel like that adds a lot to the shape. There's no way we could sell it for the amount of time I have in it so far, but we can figure out how to make that faster. I don't know. I feel like I could knock one out maybe 2 hours. Yeah. I'll tell you, that Spike kid can really do some stuff in there.
Pretty slick.
Yeah, he thinks he's all smart because he finished college. Maybe he is. I think he is smart. Need to send this through the roller again. So this is the trick someone taught me. You tack it together, you grind it smooth, That's why this roller comes out of here. So you weld it together and then you re-roll it. This is supposed to help make it a more concentric circle. Oh, it's wandering. I don't think it's doing anything useful anymore. I mean, it's pretty round. I don't know if it's any more round than it was before, but I'd say that's good enough for a fire pit. It's kind of cool. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Now we're talking. Just had to get the settings trimmed in there. Man, that's a nice weld, HTP. Good job. Before you give me shit in the comments, I know these aren't welding gloves, but it's cold in here, so the extra heat feels good. Leave me alone. Got these settings dialed, man. Just doing it to where I can just go straight down and the weld lays in there nice and flat. It's almost too hot, which is what I want. Fucking song, dude. You know, this is that part that takes forever, but if you do this part right, you make other fabricators happy. Most people aren't going to care. I'm kind of going quick just to prove the concept. You know, these are those crossroads moments where you decide, am I going to weld the whole seam or am I going to stitch weld? And if I'm going to stitch weld, should I take the time to space them out so it's even? You know, do a 2-inch weld every 4 inches or something like that. I just guessed. I just made it all up. Nothing real symmetrical about it. I'm more impressed that with kind of a crude method, it came out flat. It doesn't rock. It's level. It's pretty awesome. But the fit and finish, that's the part that kills you. That's the part that takes forever, and that's the part that that's where you lose your profit. I don't know what I'd charge for that. $275, $325. It's a pretty sweet fire pit. Luke, I am your father. If anyone's seen Salvage Dogs, they know my dad did that with just about anything he could find. So that's an homage to you, Pa.